Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to turn this into this. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to video number 3 on the scrap pile four-wheeler. Try to revive, save, get it back out there. Today, last video you saw, we got it running, hallelujah, and but the driveline was locked up, the clutches were locked up. So I'm going to go ahead and take the cover off that. We're going to see if we get it freed up, and then we're going to hopefully concentrate on the plastics and getting it looking a little bit better, and then we'll be all done, hopefully. So stay tuned, let's check it out. Alright, so now I'm going to start. I'm going to take the cover off of the where the clutches are, and my neighbor's mowing the grass, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it till I get the bolts out. It looks like it's just 8 bolts around. I believe it's 8mm. Yeah. Yep. So the covers looks like 7 or 8 nuts, bolts, 8mm. I think I can just take, there's a bolt under here. I think I can just take this bolt out and the one on the other side, and it'll drop down. I think. Looks like. I don't know, we'll give it a shot. There's 2 on the front side too in the same space. If I have to, I can loosen those up, and that should let it come down. Alright. The clutches actually look really good on here, and again, this goes back to what I was saying before. I just don't feel like this thing is really been ridden that hard. This inner gasket is still fine. I will probably need to put some ATV around when I put this case back on, but although I don't, it's really just supposed to keep debris out. Belt looks good. I don't see any cracking. It's a little dry rotted, but it's really not too bad. So it should be savable. I'm going to grease that up as best I can and get it free so that it won't, hold the axle when it's turning unless it's supposed to. Hey guys, so I'm going to be using carb cleaner. I really prefer to use like a brake cleaner, but this is what I got. I just want to clean this surface off. I'm going to be doing that on all the components for the clutch system on here. So also on the clutches here, I'll make sure that this is clean, that there's no debris on these wheels, anything like that. Your spacers are all intact. And then I'm also going to make sure that this guy is cleaned up. I'm going to take like 1000 grit sandpaper, just scuff it up and get this little ridge off of here, right here, and then I'm gonna just put some lubrication on there as well, so that can do its job and go in and out like it's supposed to. All right, now I got this one cleaned up. Got all the high spots off of it that were on here. And I'm gonna spray some lubricant on here and then put it back in. I got the clutches back on, and I just got to tighten them up, and then gonna button up the gas tank and these lines here, and then we should be able to test run it. Then I'll fit the cover back on, and we'll be ready to clean up the frame and start trying to put together some plastics for this thing. Figure I'll go ahead and change the oil while I got this case off. Whew. Nasty. One thing I noticed was this bolt is actually really clean. Almost looks brand new, except for obviously we're on the top here. But I have wiped it off, but this is pretty much what it looked like. There's really almost no debris on the plug here, so that's really good. Got the new air cleaner on there. Not the crate, you know, not stock, but whatever. I think it'll work fine. So the tank is on, the clutches are on, and got the gas lines cleaned up. So put a little more gas in here, see if she'll crank up, see if if this axle stays put unless I give it fuel, and then we'll be ready to button up what we can and then start on getting this cover back on right here, and then cleaning up the rest of it, and then starting on our plastics. Part of the problem is it's just idling up too high. I had the throttle up too high. She's wanting to push forward. There we go. Got it figured out. All right, cover's back on. I'm going to put these 8 bolts back in here. Put this, I don't know what else to call it other than snorkel, on here, and tie this up, and this right here, tie this up and tie this up, and then we should be, I think, I gotta put the back wheel back on and then clean it up, and then we should be able to try and put air in the tires. I've got to clean the inside of the bead off if I can. I'm going to try real hard to get that cleaned off, otherwise it won't seal. And then wash it up, and then try and do plastics for it. Status update. Obviously I've got the back wheel back on. The housing is on for the driveline. All of the fuel system is buttoned up, carburetor's buttoned up and adjusted. And the next thing I got to do is get this tire lube concentrate, and you mix that in with a gallon of water. I don't know if you can see that. I got that pack from O'Reilly's. I think it was like, I want to say $3.99 or $4.99, something like that. Anyway, and you mix that in with a gallon of water, and that helps get your bead set. And so I'm going to get that done, and we're ready. And then obviously I got to clean it up. I'm going to get on the frame, and then we'll start tracing out our patterns for the bodywork, and be ready to go. Alright, see if I can get more of the concentrate in the jug than outside of it. So far so good. It's a lot better than spending, I think it's like 20 bucks or something like that for wheel lube. If that helps us at all. Now I am inflating these a little bit. I'm sorry if you can't hear me, but like I said, I am trying to overinflate these a little bit just to go ahead and get them to bead, and so that this lube will help seal around the edge there. So far it's looking pretty good. I'm not seeing air bubbles around the outside like I would normally. Fan cover or fan on here, and again, this is really solid and it's on here well. Just this center section is gone, unfortunately, and so what are you gonna do? It still works, still blows air. I'll take it. Come a long way since the other day. It's all buttoned back up except for getting cleaned up really good, and obviously the plastics. The left front on the scooter, on the four-wheeler, where it hit mailbox or whatever it hit, I'm gonna try and use ratchet straps or maybe a winch and pull that down. Right here, I don't have to do much. It's pretty close. Just pull this down, and this down, and then clean it up. One thing about these quads is, even though they're pretty hardy little vehicles, and they are made to be off-road stuff, the components on them, the electrical components, really do not like to get wet. So I've got to make sure when I'm cleaning it up here that before I start cleaning it, I tape off the electrical connections and whatever that are pretty sensitive to water or getting, damaged by water. And, just be aware of that. And then obviously when you get the plastics on it, it's a lot easier. Now, I'd like to have some weatherproofing on there, but honestly, I don't know where it is, if I'm being completely and totally honest. And, so we'll just go with what, that's still better than what it was. Okay, so I got my piece of cardboard here, and all I'm going to do is just trace the bottom here. This is not, obviously if I'm doing it, it's not rocket science. I'm just going to get, an idea of around the seat what I'm doing, because honestly, if you can see the way this cardboard is, this is actually almost the width of what the original panel was on the four-wheeler. So just going to get an idea of this, and then I can work on the slope, you know, on the can. You know, it's already there, so I can just work on how far I want to go down, and then the side panels, and then do the front once I get it leveled back out, and then if I'm going to do anything over the tank, that's when I'm going to do that. So. Alright, so now I have the basic area that I'm going to be working with. Obviously this needs to be straightened out, but at least this gives me an idea. And then I can shape the fender, you know, on the can how I want to do it. You know what I mean? So here's my dilemma. If I cut between these two clips, alright, that gives me, you know, an accurate width on here. The problem is I wanted to use the can because I want to use the rounded shape because it's going to make it easier to make the fenders work. But if I do that, and unless I make these fenders pretty skinny, which I do not want to do, this part is not going to be the same. So I'm a little bit leery of doing that. Now I have a rough area where I'm going to cut so that the fender sides will be even. I think what I'm going to do is go a little wider here, like maybe halfway here. And that's going to give me the width I really want. So I basically had to draw this square out, this notch out, and I'm probably going to have to keep doing it for the exhaust. But so far so good. That side, be that side. It's going to be this side. Just going to cut it down a little bit more on this side. Right now, this is going to be my nose piece. Cam is working on the tank cover right now. Getting it sanded up, getting the burrs off of it. And this right now, he's already sanded that. That's going to be my rear fenders. So that's where we're at so far. So what we're still working on are the side covers. I want to do a side panel here and then a nose piece. That should be it. So then we'll have all our covers and we can start painting, and then we'll put it back together, hopefully. So guys, Cam is getting ready to do his hydro dip. Trying to do something a little different on the panels on the four-wheeler. I mean, they're made out of a garbage can, so you know, you got to do something to try and make them look a little better. Alright, that's the first panel. And obviously we're gonna come here. Obviously we're gonna have to clear it and polish it up a little bit. How cool is that? That's panel number 1.
There is barely enough space. It worked though. It's better.
Yeah. Looks like a red version of the Goon Squad floor.
It is. You're not. Oh, that's fine.
Kind of be like a Spider-Man thing.
Yeah, it is.
Don't shake it, just...
Oh, wow.
So while all the plastics are drying, I think they turned out pretty good. We'll go ahead and wash this thing. This little beauty hasn't been washed in God knows how long. So we'll get that done. Well, she's clean as she's gonna be. All right, so now the fun part, I get to put these plastics on. It's gonna really change the look of this thing. There it is. So still needs a seat cover, but that was what best I could do with taking a garbage can and trying to cut out some pieces for some sort of body panels. And then Cam did a super job on the hydro dipping. So it turned out pretty good. Like I said, still needs a seat cover. But hey, didn't have any plastics. Had to totally make them. I wasn't going to spend $270 on plastics. It's not going to happen. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. We got the key holder on there. Not too bad. I wish you could see this paint a little better. There's a good bit of metal flake in there. Anyway, yep. Zip ties in a garbage can. So $18.50 for the garbage can and $7 for zip ties. Not too bad, I don't think. Give it.
Daddy? Can I drive it on the trail?
Sure. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for the video on the Baja 150 four-wheeler. I hope you liked the video. Thanks again for watching. I think it was pretty good success. So, hey, you know what? We saved another one from the landfill, and I think it was worth it. So thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. That tells YouTube I'm not such a bad guy. And anyway, thanks again for coming by.